Are in for the city of San Diego. We'll take a closer look at what's going up and what's going down.
The head of the EPA, Lee Zeldin, in San Diego today over the border sewage crisis. I'll have a live report with what he had to say.
A San Diego police officer who saved two little girls after a harrowing ordeal now has a very special friendship with them. We'll have this heartwarming story. Over 50% below average rainfall total in Southern California, the northern half of the state's above average.
America's hopes are riding on these San Diego seniors. We meet the dream team.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
We begin tonight with new stats showing overall crime is down in the city of San Diego. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The mayor and chief of police say it proves the city is one of the safest in the nation. CBS 8's David Gottfredson takes a closer look at which crimes are down and which are up.
2024 marked the third year that San Diego saw a decrease in our crime.
All good news from San Diego's chief of police and mayor, presenting the city's 2024 crime numbers Tuesday morning for reporters.
Homicides were down nearly 20%. Shootings dropped by 30%. Robberies and sexual assaults fell by close to 11% each. And motor vehicle thefts declined by 20%.
They attributed the crime drop to good policing.
That is not by luck. That is not by happenstance. It is a decision that we have made as mayor, as police chief, and as a community that lawlessness will not rule the day in America's finest city.
We have top-tier policing.
Police Chief Scott Wall presented the same news to the city council late Tuesday afternoon.
So I want to congratulate you and your whole department on keeping San Diego the safest, largest city in the nation.
In fact, crime numbers are down across California and nationwide.
We're certainly seeing, at least statewide, that the crime indicators are suggesting declines.
And the reasons why are complicated, according to the Nonpartisan Public Policy Institute of California.
It's hard to draw any definitive conclusions about any particular policies.
On the upside, hate crimes are down 9% in the city of San Diego, and prostitution was down last year nearly 16% due to increased enforcement. Other crimes were up last year. Larceny, mainly due to shoplifting, up nearly 12%. Drug offenses up nearly 20%. Kidnappings and abductions up 17%. Two of the city council districts saw an overall increase in crime last year. District 3, an increase of 5.6% overall, and District 2, an increase of 2.4%. These crime numbers are coming in while the city is in the middle of budget negotiations, and they're considering the possible closure of the police department's Northwestern Division in Carmel Valley. That's in District 1, where the overall crime rate is about the same as last year. At City Hall, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thank you, David. An hours-long SWAT standoff in La Jolla ends with a man in police custody. San Diego police say the man had a pistol and was threatening to harm himself while parked inside his car near La Jolla Scenic Drive. The incident forced road closures and school lockdowns for a few hours today. The man was apparently upset over a breakup with his girlfriend and repeatedly refused officers' orders to disarm himself. But eventually he did surrender, throwing his gun out of the car. The head of the EPA spent the day in San Diego getting a first-hand look at the cross-border sewage crisis.
CBS 8's Brian White joins us live from near the border at the International Wastewater Treatment Plant. Brian, what did he have to say during his visit today?
EPA Chief Lee Zeldin has been getting briefed on all the aspects of the sewage crisis here at the border, coming up to speed on all the different elements of this problem. Here's what he had to say.
We care that there are no more beach closures. We care that there's no more foul smells. We care that there's no more harm to public health.
EPA Chief Lee Zeldin speaking candidly to local leaders and reporters today about the need for Mexico to do its part in fixing this issue.
Here's the bottom line from Americans on this side of the border. And I'm a New Yorker, and if I say this in a way that offends people from Southern California, I'm sorry. But I know that our counterparts in Mexico are listening, and I say this with all due respect. But to understand what's going on inside of the American, who just cares about having it resolved, they don't give a how it gets done, as long as this crisis is over.
We'll kick this tour off. This is video of Zeldin touring the Tijuana River Valley this morning. First stop, the International Wastewater Treatment Plant on our side of the border.
There was once 2 valves over here. Both of them have failed.
More than $600 million have been secured by Congress over the past 4 years to not only repair the plant, but to expand it and double its capacity, something that will take at least another 4 or 5 years.
Whenever it rains through here, we get bombarded with tons of sediment, rocks, tires, pipes, all sorts of stuff.
Next stop on the tour was Smuggler's Gulch, where trash and debris coming from Mexico frequently clog up our collection equipment, causing pumps to fail prematurely. In a meeting last night with the Mexican Environmental Secretary, Zeldin says they talked about the importance of maintaining the treatment facilities on both sides of the border.
It is critical that solution that's being put forth includes operations and maintenance, not just investing in the capital to build it, but making sure the funds are there to maintain it. This afternoon, he met with Navy SEALs who train in the polluted water there in Coronado, and he also took a helicopter tour of the border area. Marcela Carlo, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. And in the meantime, environmental groups were out at the border today to protest the Trump administration and EPA Director Lee Zeldin. Members from the groups tell us they're happy that leaders are paying attention to the Tijuana River crisis, but they're upset with decisions being made by this administration, decisions like threatening to strip certain nonprofits of their tax-exempt status.
Think about what you love about having a safe park for your children to play in and see see green grass and trees and breathe clean air and not worrying when you turn on the tap that they're going to get sick from that water. These are the types of things that this Trump administration is threatening.
Meanwhile, the EPA did begin firing and reassigning hundreds of workers today. An EPA spokesperson said those affected are staff who worked at the Office of Environmental Justice and External Civil Rights. Employees with the Office of Inclusive Excellence were also impacted. Overall, around 280 staff members were fired as part of the reduction. The EPA says the cuts are in line with President Trump's executive order targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The San Diego City Council is moving forward with plans to open a new safe parking site at H Barracks, that's near the airport. Today, council members approved a new one-year contract with Jewish Family Services to continue operations at the city's 3 existing safe parking sites, plus the new H Barracks lot. That site will have 190 new overnight parking spaces on top of the existing 200 spots across the city. H Barracks will also have room for RVs. City leaders expect to have the new lot open next month.
The San Diego City Council unanimously approved lowering the speed limit on some streets today. This would apply to designated business activity districts in neighborhoods like North Park and Hillcrest. The speed limit would be lowered to 20 to 25 miles per hour on these streets, aligning San Diego's speed limits more closely with a new state law, AB 3. The goal is to reduce crashes and improve pedestrian safety in high traffic areas.
Today, the San Diego Police Foundation honored the women who wear the uniform with its 14th annual Women in Blue Luncheon. I had the honor of emceeing the event at the Hilton Bayfront, which highlights the achievements of these trailblazing women and their dedication to the community and public safety. The 3 honorees today, San Diego Police Officer Tori Albini, Martha Carranza, an Associate Management Analyst, and Detective Sergeant Brigitte Bells, who helped rescue twin little girls whose father drove them off a cliff in his car in what police believe was an intentional act. Sergeant Bells has since formed a special bond with the twins and their mother.
CBS 8's Steve Price met up with them today and shares their heartwarming story.
She was in the right place at the right time. A San Diego police sergeant helped rescue 2 little girls after a frightening incident. Usually for first responders, the story ends there. But this isn't one of those stories.
She's my hero. She's my hero. She's everything to me. She's family. She means so much because without her being there and then continuously being there, I don't think my daughters would be so well-rounded. I mean, she definitely contributes to our happiness.
Jenna Bryans found a silver lining to a very dark cloud. Her name is Sergeant Brigitte Bells.
She has one of the biggest hearts that I know. She cares so much.
June 13, 2020, Jenna's estranged husband, Brian, drove off Sunset Cliffs into the ocean on purpose with their twin daughters inside.
Hold on.
Fortunately, Sergeant Bells, who still clearly remembers the chaos of that day, was close by and carried one of the girls to a waiting ambulance.
I just remember patting her back and saying, I got you, you're safe, it's okay, you're gonna be fine.
Sergeant Bells didn't speak to the girls after that night, but never forgot about them. Then, earlier this year, a fellow officer set up a surprise reunion.
Brought me to tears because I hadn't seen him since the incident.
They immediately had a special bond, so much so that Sergeant Bells has invited them to play centers, ice cream, even had lunch with the girls at their school.
I see how positive and what amazing young, beautiful girls they are, and I'm hoping that I can be a really positive role model in their lives.
Robert Bryans pleaded guilty last year to multiple charges, including attempted murder, and was sentenced to 31 years in prison. Despite all the girls have gone through, their mom says they are doing remarkably well.
They are thriving. They are doing absolutely wonderful, succeeding in school. We're going into 2nd grade. They are doing gymnastics, sports. They love swimming.
And Sergeant Bells, who is retiring from the police department this summer, plans to be there to cheer them on.
I just want them to know how loved they are, how incredible they are, that we are always going to be there for them, and then they can fight through anything and be anything that they want.
Steve Price, CBS 8.
And Sergeant Bells, we wish you all the best as you prepare for retirement in July. I'm sure bittersweet because this is a career where she's given so much of herself to so many families, like the family of the beautiful twin girls and their mom.
Her reaction also is a reminder that the people in the uniforms, they're people.
They are.
And they experience these things too. And obviously it made a deep emotional connection with her, and it's beautiful to see her being a part of their lives.
It is really incredible. And you know, their shift might be 8 hours, but they're on this job 24/7, especially in their minds, and it impacts them. The stories that they've had to cover, the instances that they've had to cover, and I love that this relationship's going to last a lifetime.
Yeah. Coming up next, the city of San Diego has a new official flower.
We'll tell you what it is still ahead. Plus, we'll show you how some students across San Diego celebrated Earth Day.
And California's divided drought story. Our Sean Stiles explains why San Diego stayed dry while Northern California thrived during this unusual rainy season.
And we were dry for today in our forecast. We're looking at that over the next couple of days, but slight chance we could see some additional precipitation over the weekend. All those details are coming up.